What's up, everyone? Coming at you with another YouTube video, and today I'm gonna be talking a little bit about um, the a time I took acid, and specifically this time it was my plug's personal shit, so they were double dosed, I believe he said. All I remember was when I said I wanted to cop some shit. He's like, I have some good shit. He's basically said he had some personal shit of his that was stronger than the stuff he was selling. And at this point, I was uh I was a frequent customer to him. So I was picking up pretty regularly, and me and him were pretty close. I fucked with this plug quite a bit. Yeah, he always hooked it up, and we'd always like chop it up when I picked up. So yeah, he just hooked me up this one time, said it was some good shit, and then I hit up my buddy Harry again, and this is the same guy I was talking about in my last video, and yeah, we set aside some time to do him. I told him I picked up some good shit, and he's like, bet I'm gonna slide over. I think this was the day of I picked it up, and also like a side comment I want to throw out there. I believe I don't know why I remember this, but the artist Draco the Ruler, he was my favorite artist at the time. He just got released out of jail. It's one of the things I remember about that day. And yeah, he passed away quite a while ago. I believed, I don't know, there was some shit going on. He got like, you know, I don't want to get too deep into that. Nonetheless, it's something I remembered. But yeah, I told my buddy Harry to pull up. I got this shit, and I believe I was drinking a little bit this day. This was I want to pull up the year for you guys. Hold up 1 second. I believe it was 2021. I want to say. Let me just confirm that for you guys. Yeah, yeah. Hold up. Yeah, it was 2021. Wait, hold up. It was 2020. It was 2020. October actually. Just wanted to clarify this. So yeah, this was like right when COVID hit. Not right when COVID hit, but I was a sophomore in high school, and this was during like online stuff. So me and my friends were having a lot of fun nonetheless. And yeah, picked this shit up. He pulled up. I was a little bit drunk. I was hype, and as I told him, he was like, bro, I don't want to do this. And I was like, what do you mean you don't want to do this? And I specifically remember this. He's like, bro, I'm not feeling it. And I get it. Because, like, this, I also mentioned this in my last video. If you ever feel hesitant of taking, so psychedelics specifically, you want to be really careful because you are hopping into a 12 to 16 hour experience, especially with acid. It always felt longer, more intense. The visuals were kind of the same, but different. But it was a lot more intense. I remember acid being more intense than shrooms. And yeah, at this point, I've already dropped quite a few times before, so I was familiar with it to say the least. And I was like, "Yeah, bro, what do you mean you don't want to?" And he's like, "No, I'm not feeling it." So I was like, "Okay, whatever, I'll still do it." So I start out with a half. I split the tab in half. My dumbass doesn't wait 30 minutes before. I don't even start feeling it, guys. I'm like, I just popped the other half, and I'm like, fuck it. So I'm a full tab deep at this point. Remember, these are double dose tabs. I don't. All I remember my plug was saying these were stronger than the shit he was selling. So, you know. Yeah, again, like 40 minutes passes. I start tripping bad. Like, I remember I was like, bro, I'm fucking tripping. And my homie Harry, he was like, bro, I got to dip soon. And now thinking, I was like, are you kidding me? Which I get, bro. Like, he's not tripping, so he's not like feeling the same shit as me. So, um, he's like, okay, I gotta go to the bus stop. And I want to say I dropped it like around 5. And yeah, this was October, so it starts getting dark. It already started getting dark out. So I, walk over to the bus stop with him, and this is when it started hitting me bad. It was on the walk back, guys. On the walk back, I started tripping bad. I started just started thinking everything. I started hearing shit. And I think I just started running home. I could be wrong, but run back to my crib, and my homie's texting me. He's like, "Is everything good?" I'm like, "Nah, bro, I'm tripping bad." And I just tried to distract myself, but I remember time going so slow. Like I was just looking at the time. I was like, "Damn, I got another, I got another 12 to 13 hours of this shit, guys." And that's just something you guys want to be, keep in mind is it's not a 4 hour experience. It is a 12-hour experience, guys. And yeah, I was up all night. I started playing what was it? I started playing Fortnite with a few of my buddies. And I I remember being in a party, but I didn't want to talk because I like nothing I said. I couldn't formulate sentences. I was just tripping, and I just kept going like I couldn't play the game that well. I remember they were laughing and shit. They're like, "Is everything good?" Blah blah blah. Um, and yeah, I think I eventually hopped off, and this is where like I just started ruminating, and I just couldn't stop thinking, bro. And I just remember like, and don't do this, guys. I started looking at. I remember going to the bathroom, and I just started looking in the mirror for such a long time, bro. Like I was just staring, um, just like questioning reality, shit like that. It wasn't good, and this might have been the last time I have done acid as well, guys. Um, yeah, I think this was one of the last times I did acid, and yeah, it was for good reason. I just again I couldn't stop thinking. I ended up going to my bed and I was just thinking, 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 and I couldn't really stop thinking. And I don't want to say it was a bad trip. Um, it definitely wasn't a good trip. It was just like acid's not something psychedelic specifically is not something I enjoy doing alone. I have done shrooms alone, once or twice, but it's something where it's nice to have someone along with you. And this was why I was kind of upset, um, because my buddy wasn't there with me. He wasn't tripping, so I couldn't really talk to anyone that would understand what I was, seeing. So it was tough. There was a few times I wanted to talk to my parents. Luckily, I didn't. And at this point, yeah, I just didn't. I didn't talk to my parents. I think I called my buddy. No, that was a different time. But yeah, I talked to Harry, and he was like, everything's gonna be chilling. I was like, all right, bro. And again, time was just moving super slow. I actually remember giving him the other tab because I was like, I'm not doing this shit ever again, bro. This shit was just way too much. And he actually gave the tab to his older brother. And this is how I know it was some good shit. So he gave the tab to his brother when he went to Cali and shit. And his brother, a guy who he said has done psychedelics acid many times, he said this is the strongest shit he has ever taken. So it wasn't just me. Like it was some good shit, guys. Again, I don't recommend doing acid at all, especially not alone. But it taught me a lot. Again, I was thinking, and it almost like I'm not gonna say it was this moment specifically, but I had a hard time differentiating reality from tripping. Like I remember the next day, I went to sleep probably like 6 in the morning, and yeah, reality just kind of felt distorted for a while. So I took a break, just from psychedelics, and this was after I mentioned this in my pretty previous video. I had a pretty bad shroom trip, and that kind of really fucked up psychedelics for me in general because I think when you have one bad trip, you kind of have this like feeling where stuff is gonna go bad, and you don't want to have that feeling because then you start thinking, you think a lot. But overall, I got through it. I was thinking a fuck ton, and overall, yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else to say. That's about it. Um, yeah, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. I do want to talk about just that time I had a bad trip on shrooms, and I'm gonna be making that video shortly. But that's all I got for you guys. Let me know if you want me to make another video like this, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one.